So as technology plays an increasingly integral part in our lives, it's pretty easy to stay within our own bubbles. We sort of self-select friends who are similar to, and the content that we see online is largely targeted and tailored to what we would find appealing and not difficult or challenging. I think it's really important to try and counter this and intentionally take yourself out of your comfort zone and engage with individuals and organizations who you may have disagreements with or who are unfamiliar to. And to that end, I've created an application called Bubble Bingo to sort of burst these filter bubbles that social media has created for us. So for a given month, Bubble Bingo will take a selection of random meetup.com events and generate this bingo board to help incentivize a user based on their location to burst their bubble and attend meetings that they might not traditionally go to, like grief healing or this spoon benders. So you can go and check out some of the information from the meetup. You can view the actual meetup as well. And then if you attend the event, you can mark it as attended to start building out your bingo. And for the free space here, it pulls from just sort of like free, easy, good deeds to do, like pay for someone's public transit that month. In terms of the implementation, it's a fairly simple CRUD app using Postgres, Apollo GraphQL, both on the server and the client side, and React. I started with a boilerplate that I got from Apollo GraphQL, and then connected that using Facebook's Create React app. The bulk of my time on this project was spent learning about GraphQL. And so for those of you who are not familiar with it, it is a API query language that was created by Facebook that has been marketed as a sort of better alternative to REST. Some of the benefits are that it has a strongly typed schema, as you can see here on the screen. So developers on the client side know exactly what they have access to in terms of both like the queries as well as the different models. So this allows for simultaneous development. You can have, as long as you agree on the schema, you can have the backend developers working on resolving this and how this is actually retrieved, and the client developers can pull from mocked GraphQL data and start building out the app. It also allows you to select only what you need. So I know personally myself, in some of our other projects, I was just including all and eager loading everything and sending it back. But that actually turns into quite an issue when you're like working on a mobile phone and you have like poor network connectivity. So only taking the data that you need and only taking it for specific components is really powerful. Lastly, it's like transport protocol and database agnostic. So this schema can sit on top of multiple databases, including like MongoDB, Postgres, and a third-party API. And as a client developer, all I know is that I'm getting address data. It doesn't actually matter that the latitude and longitude would be coming from somewhere else where the address information comes from a different source. Aside from all those really cool benefits, it has some pretty heavy hitters using it in production from GitHub, Twitter, Shopify, the New York Times, Pinterest, and Yelp, just to name a few. So if you'd like to learn more about building a dynamic and flexible API using GraphQL, let me know. Thanks.